Oh, hi there. First one, congrats. Hello today. It is me, I'm Paigey Poo. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome on this evening. You are committing or commuting? Oh no, yeah, what does that first mean? Oh, commuting, yeah, right? Oh, is Pat sucking at XCOM right now? Typical. I'm good, how are you? Yeah, so we're gonna find out how, how Sonic, or SBO and Rouge, get sex done. Hello, Bill Bailey, I notice you, hello. Yay, I'm glad you are well. All right. I like to vamp a little bit because I know sometimes people take a while to show. Hello, how are you? Duh, is that news? He sucks in general. It was pretty rough, dude. It was pretty rough. You are well? Good. Yeah, it sucked dick. Right now I'm drinking a rum and coke if anyone wants to join me. I'm so pleased. My voice fills you with warm, fuzzy feelings. Emon Gamer. That's sensual. I am well. Little tipsadoodle. Trying to get tipsadoodlier. I know, right? He might order it, but he's upset because, he can't seem to get, Amazon Prime to order it for him. So he's like, if there's no fucking way for me to get my thing in 2 days, why even bother? And I'm just like, you're short. My charm. What? Mr. Beauregard. Thanks. Sorry, I'm tired. All right. Yo, what's up? Gaikowski. Hey, Indonesian Bob. Yeah, Joel, he'd rather not have it all than have it in a few. I don't understand. But yes, that's exactly it. Hello. All right, folks, you're here for one thing and one thing only, and that is terrible fan fiction. And on today's roster, we have some Sonic High School. Now, I remember some of you, if you were here, may remember that I got a little nervous reading some creepy stuff, but it turns out it's not, like, look, I want to read the creepy shit, but there's levels. And so this one is super creepy, but in a fun way that we will all thoroughly enjoy. I'd rather have nothing, Patrick Bovin. Is true. All right, guys, SBO needs to give her the sex, and I guess she will also give sex in return. All right, so I know I stopped right in the middle of chapter 5, so I will describe the dicks in detail. Yum. Bill Bailey, that is rude. Rude. All right, so we're gonna start at the beginning of chapter 5. Oh, talk about the hives. Yeah, so every night I break out in hives. So, if you see like red spots appearing on my face, let's make it an interactive game. If you see red spots appearing on my neck or my face, just yell out hives. And then, I will take my Benadryl, which I have. Oh, now you're right up in my face. Hello. Right over here. I will take the Benadryl. So much fun. I don't know why it happens. It just does. All right. So we're going to read Sonic High School Chapter 5 Preparations. Jesus Christ. Okay. It was the end of the day at school, and it was time that Sonic and Tails and Knuckles got back on the bus at the bus stop to board it all the way home from school. "We are on the bus now," said Tails. "No more classes." Tails was happy but sad because he is smart. Sonic and Tails sat down together, and Knuckles sat right in the middle of the aisle, which he usually did not do, but sometimes did when not everyone was on the bus. It looked like Espio and Rouge were not on the bus because they were too busy getting ready to go sex tonight now that they are boyfriend and girlfriend. Knuckles laid across the aisle even more stretched out than when he just sat across 2 seats because now the limits were the Alpha and the Omega. Good. "How can we help Espio?" said Sonic to Tails. Tails responded, "I don't know," and thought about it on the bus. The bus drove bumpy on the bumpful roads all the way home, and then they got And then they got out at the bus stop that they normally got in the bus at, just like always. Sonic ran out of the bus, and then Tails, and then Knuckles, in that order. "Time to go home," said Tails. "We're almost there." And they walked the rest of the way to home. When they got home, it was dinner time, and Sonic was at a different home from Tails and Knuckles because they were all in different families, so they did not live together, and Sonic's mom made a dinner. You're telling me. Sonic's mom made Chinese food, and Sonic ate it, and then at the end there was a fortune cookie, and Sonic broke it open and ate the cookie part and kept the paper that was inside that held a magical fortune on it. Sonic looked at the fortune and read it to himself in his head. "The path to glory begins at the base of your friend's penis," said Sonic inside of his head, reading the fortune cookie paper, and he knew it was a good sign for what was about to happen tonight when Espio and Rouge went to sex. Then the phone ringed. Sonic ran to the phone and picked it up and said, "Hello," into it. It was Tails. "I have an idea," said Tails on the phone to Sonic, who was listening but not speaking. "I can give Espio my invisibility hat that for the science competition, and he can use it to do sex for Rouge." Sonic smiled so wide like the King of Fire, finding out he burned down New York City with only his powers. Yes. Sonic and Tails went to Espio's house later, which was not too easy to walk to normally from most people, but Sonic is super fast, so he ran there and helped Tails get there too, seeing as Tails is not as fast as Sonic. They knocked on the house, and Espio came out of the door. "Here is my invisibility hat that you can use with Rouge tonight to make sex in. It makes it impossible to see and impossible to hear you when you are wearing the hat, or when someone is wearing the hat wants you to also be impossible to see and impossible to hear," screamed Tails, whose voice was a little hoarse from ordering food with the lunch lady whose hearing was lost in an earthquake in her childhood. Hey guys, what's going on? Yeah, he screamed it. I'm not going to scream. I'll lose everything. Tails had to say the things he wanted so loud, and she would still say, "What?" And Tails wondered why she even had ears if she wasn't going to use them. Espio grabbed the invisibility hat from Tails' hands and said, "Cool, thanks," and kept going, so Sonic and Tails left and wished him luck from far away at their homes. Back at home, Sonic thought it would be good that Espio would get sex into Rouge so that then he could explain it to Sonic, and Sonic would know how to find Amy's sex spots. Even better, because otherwise he would have to read about it online because all he knew about was kissing, which wasn't really sex, but it was probably kind of the same thing, and Sonic would just read about it online before talking about it anyway, and he would know the right words for the things then. Okay, hold on. Oh, Jesus. All right. Sonic sat on his chair that was in front of his Sonic computer and opened up Sonic Instant Messenger and messaged Amy, who was doing the same thing at her home, and said, "Hey, Amy, want to finally become true boyfriend and girlfriend by reaching sex this weekend?" Sonic waited for a long time at his computer, and it seemed like Amy was not there because she did not respond to anything. Sonic played games online and beat all the final bosses because he was like an alien sent to Earth to destroy records set by others. Then finally Amy responded. What Amy said was, "No way!" Sonic was so shocked, his brain must have felt like a total idiot. End of chapter 5, preparations. So we have moved on from the center of chapter 5, and we are now reaching chapter 6, Espio and Rouge. Yeah, I know. This is a beautiful ride. I think the author is in an excellent place to take us far beyond our dreams. Yeah, the lunch lady part was, I know. Reach sex. It's perfect. It's beautiful. I mean, like, if you tell a lady in a bar you'd like to reach sex with her, I mean, you're gonna get laid that night. There's no way you won't. All right. With the season pass, yes. Yo, Taru, what up, girl? I know, Saturday night, right? Yes, welcome back. My stream girlfriend is here. Yes, girl, welcome back. Had I known you'd be here, I would have put on more makeup. All right. Sorry, my terrible singing. All right. So, let us move on. Yay, I'm so glad. All right. Was that what Pat did with you? Shh, quiet. Shh. Okay. All right. Oh, wait, hold on. Someone is complimenting me on Twitter. I must look at it. Thanks, girl. Espio and Rouge are about to fuck. I haven't figured out how or why yet, but we will find out shortly. Morgan says I'm looking cute tonight. I'm gonna like what you said. Thanks, girl. Much preached. All right. Let us move on to Sonic High School, Chapter 6, Espio and Rouge. All right, this is gonna get super saucy, so I'm gonna keep drinking my rum and Coke. I got my, what is that, Bacardi? Yeah, I got my Bacardi and Coke. Oh, thank you, Asterios. All right, we're getting to the steamy part. I hope you're all ready. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna get not safe for work. So everybody get your dicks out, because here it comes. Please don't get your dicks out. It's weird. All right. Sonic High School, Chapter 6, Espio and Rouge. Sorry. I have like a sparkle on my nose. All right, here we go. Well, Gresham, you'll just have to wait. Maybe I will do such a thing, but I have not said that I will. So wait patiently. Espio walked to Rouge's house because it was time for their date together. And all Espio could think about was that they were about to make sex for the first time. Espio looked at the computer and read about what to do and what the right words were, so he would know how it works and how to say it right so no one would make fun of him. It was Rouge's house he was at now, and it was in front of him. Espio knocked Rouge's house door. I hope she is home, said Espio. And she was. She opened the door just then. Hello, I'm home, said Rouge, looking always sexy in her tiny baby bra and big, cool boobs. Oh my God. Some big, cool boobs. Espio thought she looked like the hottest woman in the world, and he could see from... What? And she looked like the hottest woman in the world that he could see from here. Okay. Where are you taking me on our date tonight? Whispered Rouge in a sex-filled voice. Espio had thought this one over on the way over so that he could say it right the first time and get her to do what he wanted. That's sex. Well, said Espio, just let me put on this science hat and we will begin sex. Rouge looked shocked, but she probably was excited too. Espio could tell they both had an erection. Not an erection, a nerection. What? Said Rouge in a shocked way. Right here? Espio said, yes. This hat was made by Tails specifically for our date. It makes it possible to see and impossible to hear while I am wearing it. Espio did a cool face at her, because being smart can be cool too, as long as you're not a nerd ass. Rouge said, okay, Let's go inside, and gently grabbed Espio's hand, but he pulled back, and she fell, causing him to fall, and they both together fell onto the grass, where they rolled around in it until they were in the middle of Rouge's house's front lawn, so there was plenty of room around them for activities. No, said Espio. I want to make sex in you right here, said Espio. Put on the invisibility hat so no one could see or hear them, and a whole new world of possibilities were optioned to them, so they could do sex in whatever way they wanted, and it was time to start sex right now. Espio revealed his penis to Rouge, who looked at it. Rouge said, cool, and took out her vagina. Hold on. I need more. Hold on. Yep. Let me do that again. Just so we're all clear. Espio revealed his penis to Rouge, who looked at it. Rouge said, cool, and took out her vagina. You know, like you do. Espio's penis was really big from looking at Rouge, like when he is in church and it's so boring, but you just get a boner anyway. Rouge's vagina oh my God. Rouge's vagina looked like a surprised ghost. No! It looked like a surprised ghost. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Rouge's vagina looked like a surprised ghost. I'm sure you all can picture it. Hold on. Espio's penis approached Rouge like a plane flying down at the airport. I might cry. Is there like toilet paper or like a thing that I don't know. Okay, I'll figure it out. This is okay. Cause I might actually cry. Espio's penis approached Rouge like a plane flying down at the airport, but instead of being full of businessmen, it was full of Espio's creamy Italian dressing. No, it's literally what it says. I'm not making any of this up. I don't do that. Taru, I don't even know. I know. Did you? Cause it's so real. I mean, I don't know if I have a sparkle on my nose. It's bothering me. I don't know. It can't be like for real, but like, it's still amazing. It's gotta be a troll. Absolutely. But it's so good. Oh my God. Here comes the airplane. Hey, can you give me some paper towels? Thanks. Oh my God. Ursula Cat, yo! Is Ursula Cat herself in here? I just gotta say hi real quick. Hello! Hi, good to see you. Oh, thank God. I'm probably gonna cry tonight, so I have these handy. Alright. Because this shit is like... Alright, hold on. Alright. So just let me finish this. Okay. Oh my God. Espio's penis approached Rouge like a plane flying down at the airport, but instead of being full of businessmen, it was full of Espio's creamy Italian salad dressing. Oh God. Okay, I can do this. Okay. Oh my God. Here it comes, cried Espio, ramming his mauve Avenger into Rouge's vagina spot. Rouge screamed sex noises, and Espio messed around with her boobs and face like she was the X-Men arcade game. This is hot. It's getting steamy. All right. Oh, here come the hives, guys. Here they come. It's getting too hot in here. Espio slapped his big, awesome penis from side to side in her vagina like a hot dog windshield wiper, and Rouge was ripping grass from the lawn. Then SBO used, hello, you're late. Then SBO used his tail to flip her over. He can do this, and put his penis into her butt. He moved his penis in circles in her butthole like he was building a golf course and digging out the back nine. What? Okay, hold on. He moved his penis in circles in her butthole like he was building a golf course and digging out the back nine. That is literally what that says. I don't... Yes, amazing. Where was I? Okay. Rouge was flapping her bat wings like an idiot. Oh my god, I've never read anything this good. All right, hold on. Rouge was flapping her bat wings like an idiot. Like an idiot. And not flying because SBO's was holding onto her ass cheeks and pressing into them with his fingers, leaving marks that looked like it said wow when combined with the spot where her butthole is. And that is what she felt because SBO seemed to be a sex professional. Oh my god. There's not enough rum in this world. Hold on. Oh god. Everything is pain. Like this chapter is so short and I can't even do it. All right, okay. SBO used his tail again to flip her over and did all-star sex things like using his penis like a rolling pin on her face. I mean, you know. Oh, God. And plugging his penis into her belly button to see how far it would go. And make a balls hurricane with swirling his balls and her balls. Finally, they both got so sexy that SBO's penis ejaculated and semen came out of it and landed on Rouge, who was lying there on the lawn, but nobody could see them, so it was okay. At that part, SBO screamed, "It's semen time!" And Rouge shouted, "Create a generation in me!" SBO ejaculated semen into her vagina, and that was what happened. Now that they were done doing sex, they put their penis and vagina and balls away, and SBO took off the invisibility hat, and it was like nothing ever happened, but they both know it did because they were there for it. Bye-bye, said SBO, and SBO walked off her property and away to his house and did the rest of his things until school happened the next day. End of chapter 6. Okay, first of all, that's rude. He needs to cuddle her ass. Rude. Or at least offer, like, you know, get her a towel or some shit, don't you think? Rude. Oh, too much rum. Oh, God. Too much rum. Oh, my God. And that's how I met your mother. It's so true. This author is clearly a sex professional. Hold on, sorry, I'm awkwardly pouring this. Trying not to get it on my computer. Yes, I've done it. And now I have done it. He gave her a generation. Oh, God. Wow. That was exhausting. I feel like I have started... the stream drink is Bacardi, which I have consumed already a bunch, and a Coke Zero. So rum and Coke. Oh my God. That's Sonic Generations, yes. If it turned out Pat wrote this, how would you feel? Impressed. Relatively impressed. All right, I'm going to read one more chapter of Sonic High School. And then I have a little surprise for you guys. Okay? Can Pat read? No. Chapter 7. Oh, thank you. I like to think my whole life is just a party that I'm hosting. All right. Thanks. Everything is cool, you're doing the sex. Pat is illiterate. Hey guys, no illiterate shaming. There will be none of that here. Don't you dare. That's rude. No illiteracy shaming on Wooly or Pat. Neither one can read. It's fine that they've never reached sex before. It's cool. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's okay, Ursula. I'm sure he'll be fine. I'm just being silly. Which one can read more? It depends. I think I'm not illiterate. Do you think I'm just improvising this bullshit? Wouldn't that be great if I was? I would be the best if I could do that. All right. Okay, guys. Well, yeah, at least Woolie's trying to learn to read. Pat doesn't care. Asterios, you stay out of this. There's a boisterous coconut in here and he needs to go to hell. Straight to hell. All right. Folks, we are working on Chapter 7 of Sonic High School, Teenage Women. Let me get another drink in here. Broken nuts. All right. We had front sex, whispered Espio at the people at his lunch table. Espio was at school in the lunchroom and also was Tails and Knuckles and Charmy and Vector too. I ejaculated from my penis and into her body. Bet you haven't done that. They had not done that. Wow! Wow! Cool! You are the coolest after Sonic, said Tails, who was right there so he didn't have to shout. It was good not to shout because this was supposed to be a secret. Tails did not hear the whole school talking about Espio's penis and balls like with Sonic in Chapter 1, but in a different way. Sex. No, really, there's a parenthetical that says sex. Yeah. Speaking of Sonic, where is that gay bag? Rude, that's rude, said Vector, who was the captain of the school's football team. Vector was good at this because he was big and strong and had sharp teeth under his mouth. Just kidding, said Vector's. Sonic is cool. I don't know, said Tails to Vector. Where Sonic was somewhere else, trying to find Amy, who was not at lunch. Sonic was knocking on Amy's door at her house. Are you home? Said Sonic. Are you home? It was like Amy was not home because she was not opening the door. Espio is the bee, Vector is the alligator. Amazing. Amazing. Sonic was worried about Amy because she was his only girlfriend, even if she denied his sex offer. So he ran into the door and barged it down like it was made of nothing. Sonic was now in Amy's house. Amy's house was really pink because that was Amy's color. Sonic looked around Amy's house for Amy, but Sonic could not find anyone. Sonic finally went to Amy's bedroom and opened the door up. What Sonic saw next was what he did not expect. Amy was there, tied up on her bed with a thing in her mouth so she couldn't talk. Sonic did a scream and ran over to Amy, who was looking at his with tears in her eyes. She looked sad and starved like African kids. Rude. Sonic united Amy and she sat up and cried into Sonic's arms. I know, when Shadow... no, Shadow appeared. It was awful, said Amy. He came into my room in the evening and tied me up on this bed and messed up all the things in my room. Amy was right. Her room looked messy. So get a maid, said Sonic, always thinking about a solution to problems. Who tied you up? Who was it? Be calm, Amy. Calm down and talk to me. Sonic patted Amy on the back to help her. It was Shadow. Ursula, here's your... alert. It was Shadow. I saw him outside his house next door with a machine gun and a sword going into his house to kill his mom. And he saw me. He knew I saw him, so he tied me up like a brigand. Amy said all of this. Sonic was shocked that Amy said this to him. He remembered now in that other part when Shadow said he was going to kill his mom, but no one thought about it more than once because Shadow was always a bad guy. What they didn't realize was that Shadow was serious. Okay, it was him who also said that you would not have sex with me on Sonic Messenger, said Sonic to Amy. Yes, I did not talk to you then, spoke Amy back to Sonic. So, how do you really feel about it? Asked Sonic, whose brain was now humming with sex ideas. Shit, I don't know, said Amy, still all worked up. Give me a day. Right now, let's get things right. So Sonic and Amy went back to school, where everyone else was besides them. Sonic and Amy saw Espio walking around between a lot of other people. Hey, here you are, said Espio to Sonic and Amy. I had sex with Rouge last night. Don't tell everyone, said Espio. Oh, that's right, you did. I almost forgot, said Sonic. Hear that, Amy? And Amy was like, yup. You gotta tell me about it later so I know what to do to Amy, said Sonic, and then turned around. Sonic heard a sound coming from down the hallway, where someone was coming. It was a really fat guy that looked so huge to him. The fat guy got closer and closer until they could see who it was. And it was Rouge. Wow, you are so fat now, said Espio. What's that about? Rouge looked mad and surprised at Espio. Well, you got me pregnant, said Rouge. What? Oh my God, thought Sonic to himself without saying it with his voice. She is pregnancy fat. This means she will have a baby. Amy was smiling for real to Rouge. That's so nice. I hope you have a great baby, said Amy. Sonic tried to be a good boyfriend and said, yeah, hope your baby is cool, and smiled. Espio looked more worried than everybody else. So, I am gonna be your baby's dad, said Espio, worried and excited both. Better believe it. Better believe it, slur I'm not gonna say, boy, said a voice that sounded just like Shadow's. End of chapter 7 of Sonic High School. Amazing. All right, guys. So, dude, if I knew what was going on, you better believe, fine, I will keep drinking if I must. I'm getting drunk, so shit's about to get real. I am not responsible for anything I do or say in about 10 minutes. Pregnancy fat. All right. Okay, so Buck Fitches sent me something. Now, I have not read through, but it looks like a couple of Two Best Friends. Thanks a lot, Diamond. A couple of Two Best Friend fan fictions came through. Were sent to me, and I was wondering if you guys would be interested in reading a little bit of that as opposed to more Sonic fan fiction. But if you want more I'm down for whatever. I'm here for you. So if you guys want me to do some best friend fanfic, let me know. Misfit, I believe we're going to do... Okay, so yeah, either say Sonic or best friends and let me know what you guys want. Because I'll do whatever. It's true, Shadow is there. That's a lot of Sonic, but that's a lot of best friends. I don't know. Okay, the Sonic one I'm looking at right now. Oh, Lori. I'll tell you what. Cross them over. Yeah, let me just read one sentence each, right? All right. I have an idea. I will read one more Sonic fanfic, see where that goes, and then, or one more chapter, and then I'm going to read a little something called The Passion of the Mustard, a bedtime stream production. Because it looks like someone wrote this just for me. I'm not going to make a habit out of this, because the whole thing is that I find terrible fan fiction that's already been written. But, well, okay, so here's what I've been sent. I've been sent The Passion of the Mustard, and then I read a Two Best Friends piece on Tuesday, and then more was created. Let's see, where is it? I believe there's another one called Passionate Soul of Creative Loving, Don't Worry About It, Part 3 of the Gun Sense of Wrong Confederation series. And then there's one called... Oh, I can't find it, but yes. So yeah, what a name, right? So, and then yeah, there's a part 2. I can't find it right now. But if you guys want me to do that one, I will. I know, right? Isn't that weird? Appreciate it. I know. Hold on, let me... Oh, I got a bunch of... Aw, thank you. Aw, I just got a bunch of... Like a surprised ghost, god damn it. Okay. Girls just want to have guns. Shooty, shooty, bangs. You got some food? Dude, I have some food as well. Oops. Sorry. So don't mind me. I'm going to be chewing some salad. All right. So, I'm so sorry, guys. We're going to do... All right, fine. We're going to do Sonic for another chapter, see how we feel. This is not a fetish stream, shame. This is bedtime story. You sit down, young man. No kink shaming. No food shaming. No, just no shaming. If your fetish is shitty fanfics, then I guess this is the right place for you. Is it creamy Italian? No. No salad shaming. None of that, please. This is a shame-free zone. All right. Okay, so that was Teenage Women. Now we're going to go to Sonic High School, Chapter 8, Things Change. Yes, I do miss my old glasses. I have these glasses, actually, but they are broken. So, I'll show you when I wear them. Like, it does like this. So, I can see, but I don't look very attractive. No, actually, these were broken when I performed CPR on a baby, long story short, and these got broken. So, I don't want to go into it. It's fine. All right, so. Oh, thank you, Ursula. Much obliged. Sorry. This is now the stream where everyone compliments me. No. All right. Okay. Yeah, it's a long story. It's a long story. Maybe I'll tell you guys about it. It's a long story. It's a super long story. All right. So we're gonna do Sonic High School, Taru and Paige fanfic. Ugh, in my dreams. I saved Pat. Thank you, Bob. That's what really happened. Pat was gonna drown the baby. Oh, come on. Rude. It's funny, but rude. All right. Was a real baby, yeah. Not baby Ashley. All right. Okay. All right. Look. Okay. Real fast. I was working out at a hotel, and I was looking out. Oh, there's a hive. Looking out in the hotel room while I'm working out. I was listening to my favorite podcast, The Biggest Problems in the Universe, which is one of my favorite podcasts, other than the Best Friends podcast, of course. And I'm working out, and I see this like tiny little girl swimming out from the deep end, and I didn't think anything of it. And I'm just like working out as hard as I can, whatever. And I normally only work out, like do cardio, like 30 minutes. But I was just like, no, I don't know. I just knew something was wrong because there were like 20 kids in the pool and there was no lifeguard. And I was just like, And I'm working out, whatever, just running on this treadmill. And I watched her go down, like in the deep end and like stay down. And I was like, and I was a competitive swimmer when I was very young. So I was like, oh, she's fine. And I'm just like, and I'm looking around, I'm checking my watch. And then I look again and she's still down. And I'm like, that's weird. No, surely it's fine. I'm like working out. And then I look again and I look at my podcast, thing, and it's like 45, 50 seconds had passed since I last had seen that baby go down. And I was just like, and then I saw two little girls walk over and point at not 45 seconds, like 45, 50 seconds, and pointing and started screaming, and I just like ran off the treadmill. Shut up. Started running off of the treadmill into the indoor pool area, because where I was working out had like a window into the pool area, and I ran down, but the baby did do something else. So I ran out there, pulled the baby out of the water, and like was screaming for help, but no one was coming. And I just started, I swept I swept the baby's mouth for vomit. There was. And then I started performing chest compressions. I did mouth to mouth. The baby, like, this is gross. The baby straight up projectile vomited right in my mouth. It was gross. They don't tell you that's going to happen, but if you do it right, it will. Yeah. And like, I just kind of was like, bleh, and just like kept going. And then, I was screaming for help. Like, oh my God, like someone fucking help me. Like she was not responding well. But like, fortunately, someone else came running in and was able to help me, and she was so helpful. And yeah, long story short, the baby lived. And not only did she live, she made a full recovery. Her mother texts me every couple of weeks to be like, hey, you know, here the baby, here's what she accomplished this week, here's what she did, you know, thanks for everything. And you know, it was really cool. But what happened with the glasses was I was wearing the glasses at the time, and like I was doing when I ran to her, like it was really weird. It was like someone else took over my body. I was wearing them, and then I just like pulled them off my body and like threw them on the ground. And then when the paramedics finally showed up, they were like stomping all over them, and I was like, oh God. And then I went into shock, and like I had like vomit all over my face, and like I was in shock, so I was just like. And the police were talking to me, and I was like, when did I throw up? And they were like, you didn't throw up. And I was like, what? It was nuts. Like, I cracked the baby's ribs. For those of you just joining, I performed CPR. Like, this is not, you know, I performed CPR. Yeah, and it was a really cool moment. Yeah, it was nuts. Radiated limp, that's rude. No, well, yeah. When you do CPR right, you're supposed to... I cracked the baby's ribs, page 2016. I pile drived a baby. No. Yeah, when you perform CPR, they don't tell you this, but often when you perform CPR, you do crack their ribs. That means you're probably doing a good job, because you need access. And, yeah. And you're supposed to damage the person. It's kind of true. Thank you, Taru. It's true. But yeah, I'd mouth to mouth on this like little child baby thing. I was just like, what? Yeah, CPR, surprisingly unfun. Yeah, it was awful. And then I visited her in the hospital, and she was just bloated and blue. I mean, guys, that shit, like, not to be a downer, but that shit was crazy. Like, I had to go to a therapist. It was nuts. Like, because I was just like, oh, she was so blue and heavy. Like, she was so heavy getting her out of the water, so... Anyway, I'm sorry to be a downer, but I don't like to be too vague. I don't like to be all like, oh, secrets. So, sorry, I didn't mean to be all like, blue. Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah. So the child's age, she wasn't like a babe, like an infant. She was like 6, but her nickname is Tiny apparently because she's so small. I thought she was like 4, but she was like 6, I think, at the time. So when I say baby, I just mean like really tiny little girl. Yeah, wee lass rather. So yeah, that wasn't fun. So I actually didn't want to wear these because they kind of make me nervous because I'm like, oh, the back of the day. But, you know, they're here. So anyway, back to reading about sex. And Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be all like, oh, look how great I am, blue, or anything. Like, anybody would have done it had they been there. You know, if you had been there, I'm sure you guys would have done something. Pat never saved a life. He saved mine. He actually did. Remember that time he called the ambulance for me? That was crazy. But will you save Rouge's baby? Oh, God. I know, doesn't it make you sick? Do you remember the ambulance story, Tara? Yeah, no, Pat actually had to, like, kind of save... Oh, God. All right. Real quick. Yes, this was the time I had... No, I didn't head... Okay, yes, I did headbutt the window. That's another story. Yeah, long story short, I woke up... I fainted, and Pat, like, I was in the bathroom. I was screaming. Like, I was in a tremendous amount of pain. And fucking Pat stepped up and was like, yo, I'm gonna call an ambulance and fucking step up. And he did. Yes, I fainted from too much mustard. It's true. Asshole. No. It's a long story. But. Sorry, that Latino guy. Thank you, Ursula. Thank you for the empowering comment. It is I, Nigel. That's rude. We don't need a fucking grizzled nuts. Very rude. Funny, but rude. Yeah, but he did. He did a good job. I was very proud. Anyway. Aw, thanks, guys. Nostromo, yeah, dude, I told Maddox, I was like, Maddox, I was listening to your I was listening to you screaming about horses or sharks or some shit while I went to save a baby. So. Thanks, guys. You guys are really sweet. You know, I mean, like I said, it's nothing. The thing is, no one else saw it. Like, I was the only adult in the area, so, you know, I just did what anyone would have done. Pat is as good a boyfriend as Sonic. He wears the invisibility hat and everything. Alright. Guys, we gotta read more fanfiction because I'm getting drunk and I'm getting too talky. Vomit and kissins. True confessions of a hero. Alright. Relation shop. Fetish confessions. Performing CPR on a child and having a weird, strange man-child save my life. He would, Ursula. He really would. All right. Yes. Thank you, Hunch Punch. I do believe it is time for more terrible fanfiction. I know, right? All right. So, let's get back to Butthole Goth. Ahem. Sonic High School, Chapter 8. Things change. Swaglet, that's poetry. Shadow, Sonic shouted. It was Shadow there. Surprised to see me, said Shadow. We know what you did to your mother, screamed Amy like a crazy man. Oh, sorry. We know what you did to your mother, screamed Amy like a crazy man. It was... Shadow cut her off and did not let her finish the sentence. You did not see anything. I am Shadow and I know how to commit crimes. You think I have not killed a person before? I have. Shadow crossed his arms and sneered at Amy, looking at her. But I saw you, then Amy said. You saw nothing. I stopped you, Shadow said. It doesn't matter. You were on your way inside your house to kill your mom, said Amy. Amy shook around because she was all nervous and her smaller than Rouge's but still good boobs wiggled a little, and Sonic thought it was cool to see and he wanted to support her. I did not kill my mom. I was going into my house to protect her from Dr. Eggman. Yeah, the boobs are still good, Shadow said. Ah, okay, said Sonic, and Sonic and Espio went to class because it started, and they are still in the high school hallway. He was trying to ship my Ultra Chaos Emerald shards to space so he could collect them in his egg space station, said Shadow to Amy in an explaining way. We gotta do something about him. I understand that you had a reason to tie me up, but do not kill your mother, responded Amy. Oh, I was only kidding because the other guys were all being too important about themselves, and I do not think that it is a good quality for high school students to be. High school students should be nice and caring and not talk about themselves like they are the best because that will only make us all assholes, which isn't what we should be trying to be. Shadow said that to Amy, and she understood that he was a good guy and had a reason for tying her up on a bed even if he had bad times when he was dark and did crimes in the cityscape. They both went to class in different directions, so the conversation ended. Later after school, Sonic went on Sonic Messenger and talked to Espio. Hey, SBO, how are oo? Do you know what gonna do about being for Rouge's baby? He said into the computer. Listen, Sonic, this is hard for me to say, said SBO into the computer, which went across the internet to Sonic. Oh no. Oh no. I want to get Rouge to get a abortion. I want to get Rouge to get a abortion. So the abortion... See, it's fine because it's just abortion, so it's totally cool. It's not abortion, it's abortion. Yes, so it's fine. Don't worry. It's going to be great. Don't worry. Oh, God. Oh, I need more booze. This is terrible. All right. Sonic was upset because Rouge's baby would not survive it. In fact, Rouge's baby would die. There has to be another way, SBO, said Sonic in Sonic Messenger, but if you really want to do it, that's okay too, because it is your decision. Good, because I want you to help me. I am going to go to Rouge tomorrow at school and slip her the abortion pill in one of her meals. Okay, that's rude. You will help me by distracting her from me, said SBO then. Okay, hopefully some hijinks will happen and prevent this, because that's rude. Okay, oh boy. This is a slippery slope. Alright. Hashtag rude. Alright. I know, writer's law, rude. Alright. Okay, see you then, said Sonic. The next day happened, and Sonic was at lunch. I won the science competition, but you didn't come, Sonic, said Tails in a sad, mad way. I wanted you to come because I am such a good friend to you, but you did not, but I won anyway without you. Tails was mad at Sonic, which did not usually happen because they were best friends. Wow, sorry, Tails, I was so busy, and I did not know, said Sonic, trying to make Tails happy again. Tails is a jealous girlfriend. Love it. Kiss my ass, Dick! Screamed Tails to Sonic and flew out of the room with his flying tails. This is awful, said Sonic. He is my best friend. Sonic knew this was a big problem, but changed his mind to thinking about Rouge and SBO, and then went over to where Rouge was going to get the abortion pill from SBO. Vector was there too, which was weird because he usually was not. Okay, SBO, are you ready? Said Sonic, only to SBO. SBO shook his head yes. Hey, Rouge, how are you doing today? How was class? Do you have a lot of homework? What are you eating for lunch? Sonic said to Rouge to distract her from SBO. Looks like Sonic did it perfectly because while he was doing these things, SBO put the abortion pill in Rouge's salad. Rouge ate salads because she is thin. Rouge answered the questions, but no one was paying attention because they were now glad it was done. Uh-oh, what is this? Said Rouge, suddenly looking like a shocked woman. What? What is wrong? Asked SBO. He was worrying that Rouge found the abortion pill in her salad and was looking at it. I think I am having a baby. Here it comes, Rouge said. Before she could even eat the abortion pill, so everyone knew that the baby was for real. Oh no, said all of them together, but Rouge. Rouge lied down on the ground, and they put a curtain around her so no one could really see what was going on because it was gonna be gross. They could see a baby start to come out of her butt, and it was crying a lot. Everyone wanted the baby to shut up already because they were just trying to have lunch. But now there was a baby coming out in the lunchroom at the high school. Mrs. Lesson, who was also the school nurse, said, Get out of my way, kids. I have to help this baby get out of Rouge. Babies are too weak to do this by themselves. Mrs. Lesson went behind the curtain and helped pull the baby out of Rouge's butt, and it was still crying. Could you believe it? Rouge was exhausted from her baby, but Mrs. Lesson was not. Mrs. Lesson held the baby in her hands while it was still crying and held it out to everyone. Look at it, said Mrs. Lesson. Rouge's baby was red and had long hair and big white fists. End of chapter 8. Name it Turok. Yes. Excellent. Oh my God. Now, so chapter 9 is called A Bunch of Babies. So that's exciting. Amazing. Oh, that was so weird. Name it Fuckles. Ah. All right, folks. What do you think, kittens? Do you want me to do more Sonic High School? Or would you like me to do some Two Best Friends stuff? Should we have a palate cleanser? Just so you guys know, yeah, an intermission? What do you mean intermission? Like, do you want me to go dark? Mustard. The best friend one. The best friend one, looks like this one is 5 pages. It probably won't take me that long, I guess. By the way, I'm going in completely blind on all of these. I prefer not to read these. All right, you know what? Okay, we're going to do a Two Best Friends one. We'll come back to Sonic High School. Don't worry. Don't worry, we'll come back. And printed in a fine balance. Me too, Nigel. I do too. All right, so what I have here, I have The Passion of the Mustard, which probably has something to do with me. Oh my God. Then I have... My God. Then I have, what is this? Oh, I have Love is Not Diamond, Sell the Future for More Time on the Cock, Part 2 of The Gun, Sense of Wrong Confederation, which is Part 2 of a Best Friends piece that I wrote, that I read the other day. So that would be Part 2, and then there's a Part 3 as well. Let me see how long that one is. I mean, all of these are about the same. Uh-oh, we have authors. Thank you, Ursula. Much obliged. All right. Okay, guys, so I have Part 2, Love is Not Diamond, or I have Passion of the Mustard Butt. Oh no, Passion of the Mustard. I'm down for either. Oh, I'm sorry, Zach Flame. I just I know Ursula's name, that's all. Gotta be mustard. Thank you, Nostromo. It's probably about my mustard butt. Buck Fitches, I'm noticing the shit out of you, dude. All right. I'm just going to go with Passion of the Mustard. Hello, Lion. What does she know mustard? Okay, I'm going to go with Passion of the Mustard just because it seems like it's the shortest. The author is in-house. Just so you guys know, Hello, Father Evo. Just so you guys know, I am not gonna always read things you write specifically for this puppy, just because, like, I don't know, I want it to be a little more organic, like we find the terrible fan fiction together. But this is a special occasion, and so why the fuck not? It's true, Ursula works hard. Alright, so, let me get some more booze in me, because this is gonna be for real. Yeah, 150, I know. Thank you guys for being here. Okay. Yeah, you got the shit noticed out of you. All right. Sorry, I'm wearing a dress and it's just like so uncomfortable. All right. Here we go. Oh God, hold on. Okay. This is the let me check, Dula. But let me read this first. All right. The Passion of the Mustard, a bedtime stream production by Buck Fitches, who is in-house. Pinky the Eerie, I think is also in-house. Edited by the Discord crew, with big thanks to Miss Ursula Cat and Skull God the Whiner. So here we go. You asshole. All right. Oh, there's going to be crying. Okay. Okay. Hold on. This is going to make me cry. Ah! Okay. Oh my God. Peach sighed as she threw her award onto the bed. It was her 60th one this week. She was that good, but not for what she was known for. Better Pat looked... You call me Better Pat? I love it. Better Pat. Hashtag Better Pat. This is gonna be gold. Are we gonna fuck in this? Do you make me fuck Pat in this one? Or do you make... Is there gonna be literal fuckery? Okay, here we go. Better Pat looked into the mirror. All of this was a lie. Everything was a lie. The mirror shattered as her fist connected with it. Her hand gushed liquid as the skin ripped. But not the crimson liquid that runs through us mortals, but a orangish clear liquid. It was pure hot dog rage. She was never a human. She was much more, so much more. She was a woman, a hot dog woman. Her immortal race was long extinct. Only she remained. She made her living as a food commercial actor spokesman for Life is Strange. What? In fact, all the awards for Best Food Actor of the Year, but none of this mattered. Her life was a lie to her friends and family and her waifu, Pat. She couldn't tell him. She just couldn't. Despite the fact that a common household bug could destroy his entire mind, she loved him with all his faults. His many endless faults. His unforgivable faults. The one that no sane human would have and in fact should be shot for faults. His war crimes in the face of common sense. This is good. He was still at home. He said he couldn't go because of a raid. Most likely, by the time she got home, he'd be in the same spot he was before she left him, playing Final Fantasy XIV in his underwear and working his way through his trough of Red Bull. Okay, is there a camera in the house? Because that's, like, literally what happens. This is incredible. Wanting this long day to be over, she removed her human suit, making a note to patch up the hand as she strutted to the bathroom in her all-beef kosher glory. But as she approached, she heard the shower running. She was pretty sure she didn't do that, but just to be sure, she slowly peeked in. Darkness. Nothing but darkness and the sound of a running shower. When she went to flick on the light, the bulb popped, only giving a brief flash, before shrouding the room in even more darkness. It seemed almost sinister, like the woolly hole, or the back part of Pat's fridge where the parasects lived. She heard effeminate whimpering. Oh no. Oh no. She heard effeminate whimpering. Hello, she called, but only hearing a faint, fucking millipedes all over my face. No question it was Pat. But how? Moments before, in an apartment that is most likely a crack den, Pat had managed to drag himself away from the raid to wash the shame of being into MMOs again. He brushed his teeth in the completely wrong way, as was normal, and got into his shower. Oh, God. But it wasn't until the crunch that he realized he was in hell. Millipedes covering the wall and the floor and even his emergency bathroom gun. He shrieked before taking a step back, falling into the open woolly hole. Pat didn't have time to process that this was in fact the work of an enemy stand. Now is my time to strike, Wooly said as he crawled out from under Pat's bed, his favorite place to eat his dinner while Pat watched. His plan worked perfectly. Use Pat's dumb fear of common insects and teleport him somewhere not here. He could have just teleported him with a woolly hole, but this was more fun. He quickly V-triggered and bashed through the door of Pat's closet and started shuffling through his things. He dug through the pile quickly, ignoring the 40s of crack, guns, 37 Fatal Fury hats, as well as baby Ashley, as well as her 30 sisters to get to the real prize. A pristine pie. This is so good. Hold on, I have to eat something. This is really pretty good, I gotta say. See, this is, here's the thing, buddy. This is quality work. I can't be reading quality work. This is too good. Hold on, it's so funny. Too realistic for sure. Okay. Let me have some booze. This is too good. He quickly devoured it, laughing as his stand, Grandma Swamp, to slowly pile back together from all the slimy insects. Now for the finishing blow, he said with a smirk, pouring something from a garbage bag all over Pat's mail envelope bed. Sealed copies, Asura's Wrath poured all over the bed, seemingly endless copies of the game cascading out of the bag. He continued to devour the foul load before slipping back into his hole, waiting to be summoned for videos later. Where am I? Mumbled the coward Pat, wondering where the bugs and his gun was. He used his magic night shower vision to scan the shower. It was way nicer than his own and had condiments on the soap holder. All he saw was a tube. It had legs, and he soon realized who it was. Hot Dog Man? You're real? She had no idea how to respond. This must be a nightmare. She was exposed. How will she? No more hiding. You're half correct, my dear fan, she let out in a soft coo, making the pale ginger red. But I'm no man. Pat was pretty sure he was dead. He was talking to a hot dog, after all. The dark shower must have killed him, and the millipedes are already eating his corpse. Am I dead and are meat angels how I'm introduced to that big MMO in the sky? He stammered out as the walking food slowly swayed her meat hips, growing closer and closer. No. Oh, God. No, but I'm about to send you to heaven, she said in sultry tones, slowly caressing his face. I'm sorry, hot dog woman, but I'm in a relationship? She interrupted. I'm quite aware. That voice, that teasing voice that almost mocked him for doing something weird, a voice he heard often. Dear, are you a hot dog person? Time seemed to freeze for Patrick as he was kissed roughly. The taste of a perfect hot dog followed it. Hunch, it's time for a taste, she said, as she poured mustard all over her butt. No! No! I'm gonna cry. This is so funny. The mustard butt nickname isn't just because of the pants, you know. Pat slowly took a bite of her, unsure if he caught what she really wanted, but her loud moan answered that question. Her juicy hot dog meat filling Pat's mouth. Oh, yes, Pat, eat me like one of those slutty food cart hot dogs. Scarf me down. Oh, no. Okay, I can do this. Oh, boy. Okay. But she wasn't the only eager meat stick in the room. But his was nor meat. You see, where most men had actual genitalia, all Pat had was a gun barrel. A 12-inch gun barrel. Pat, what the fuck is that? She said as she tried to comprehend what she was seeing. Well, you know how I could do anything to not die, right? Did you? Yes, I traded my junk to live forever. Although in like 2,000 years, my transformation into full gun will be complete. She just looked at him, wordlessly sighing before sighing, just go back to eating my ass. And so he did, devouring her sweet, sweet butt meat. Oh no. We're only halfway through, kids. I've never read a fanfic about myself to 150 people, but We can do this together. We can make it. And so he did, devouring her sweet, sweet butt meat, drawing out deep moans from his beloved. Harder, Pat, I'm almost seeping juices, she screamed as she came, covering him in her grease like the dirty, dirty grease trap he was. He couldn't take a bit more. He pulled on the trigger where his balls used to be, firing round after round into his girlfriend in a trigger-happy climax of lead into her, blowing huge holes into her body as he slowly came down from his murder high. I have tears in my eyes because I'm so confused. This is really funny. I'm just like, what is happening? No, Buck, no, why? Okay, all right, I can do this. Okay. Oh, God. All right. Okay. Oh, fuck, he shouted as he realized he shot his load quite literally. No, I didn't, Pat, relax, she sighed as her body slowly regenerated itself. Why did you think I wanted you to eat me if I didn't grow back? Now, hun, kneel here. I know exactly what you want, she said, as she pressed her hot dog ass to his mouth. He had little to no time to react as hot dog links were forced into his mouth roughly. Yes, Pat. Oh, my God. Oh, God. Oh. Yes, Pat. Become a toilet for immorality. Pat felt arousal, but also the shame of his entire life piling onto him. Surely nothing was more depraved than he. Maybe the others were right. He was the crazy one. Oh, well, he thought as he munched down. I bet I have the most interesting story on the podcast this time. Oh. Meanwhile, oh, God, okay. Oh, man. There's so much more. This is exhausting. Are you guys okay with more, I guess? All right, here we go. Meanwhile, Wooly grunted as he managed to pull off the perfect combo, all his links on point. I should have tried this sooner, he said as he wiggled his ass. The joystick of his fight stick lodged deep inside of him. Although I'm gonna be sore in the morning. He told himself that this was the real reason he played like this, but the Che wig on the stick said otherwise. Someday, he muttered himself as he pulled off another perfect string. Huh, looks like all those Kegels are finally paying off. Oh no. Oh, guys, you're making my nose run. Oh, God. Matt groaned as he was pounded roughly. This was not what he expected when his wife said she was okay with a three-way. Oh, dear, didn't we warn you our cosplay was perfect? Poison said as she rammed her police baton down his throat. Yeah, we don't cosplay unless we have it perfect, Roxy shouted, giving the McMuscle butt a proper pounding. His wife did little to help, only recorded and laughed. I'm in so much pain. There is no God. All right. Oh. This is rude. Whew. Hey, I'm no pussy. I'm no quitter. I'm no quitter. What have I become? Am I simply a clown for you to dance? Okay, hold on. Oh, God. All right. I'm going to finish this up, and then I'm going to cry for a little bit. It'll be fine. Okay. Oh. Liam moaned as the Vitas caressed his nude skin. "We love you, senpai," one shouted. "Play with us, senpai," the other one, massaging his rear through the schoolgirl skirt, crooned. "Boo," gurgled the one, sucking on his senpai stick. It was so perverse, so crass, but it was needed. "Please, Vitas," he cried. "Use my life energy to live on. So I'll do anything to save you." The Vitas only got more involved as senpai moaned. Outside, the line of Vitas in anime outfits grew and grew. This was their only hope, their salvation. Oh, God. I need like a break after every... Okay. All right. We're gonna do this, guys. What is this? All right. Oh, God. All right. Billy parked the shame car with a smooth motion. "My love, are you ready for the night of your life?" he said as he caressed the skin of his inflatable lover. "They may take away your charge moves, but they'll never take the spark between us," he shouted as he kisses it roughly. After a few minutes of squeaky tongue wrestling, he parted. "Now, let's get to dinner," he said as he took out the keys and accidentally punctured his inflatable love. "No! Vega!" he shouted as he tried to stop it. But he was too late. The once perfect Vega inflatable love toy was dead. He was alone once more. "Welp, time to buy a new one," he said as he wiped out his smartphone, ordering one with real charge moves and more resistant skin this time. Oh, German Spy. German Spy shivered as Cranky nibbled his neck. Oh, and Cranky. Oh, everyone is involved. Literally everyone. You guys, I'm gonna get my ass beat by literally all of these people. Oh my God. All right. These are real people I know. They're going to be so mad. All right. It's fine. It's fine. Hold. I need more. I need booze. Hold on. Yeah, has Plague show up? Jesus Christ. Yeah, it is. Where's Cranky? Cranky usually comes in here, doesn't he? All right. German Spy shivered as Cranky nibbled his neck. "Come now, you know you want to join the winning side," Cranky cooed into his ear. "It comes with benefits like those you can't believe." Spy swallowed thickly. Nobody knew but Cranky was his fat material. But the Ustabayas are evil." "Oh, really, my dear? But I'll draw Dark Souls fan art of anything you want. Solaire, the Four Kings, Pinwheel sprawled out on a bed. Anything can be yours." Spy only let out a weak moan. "Oh my, is that a tablet pen in your pants? Better grab it." Oh, God. "And that's how I won everything ever," shouted the Baz, the currently drunk, washed-up loser lying on Rage's couch. Rage said nothing, petting his moron's blonde hair. Rage knew nothing but the heat of battle and the rage of demons, but the simple-minded moron trying his best made him feel odd. "You know you's so hot," Baz slurred, clinging onto the stoned-faced man. Well, I don't like you, Baka," Rage stammered in his deep, booming voice. "But why don't you stay here for the night, just in case?" This dumb, drunk, blonde moron was going to be his, no matter what. Ursula, no, this isn't, Buck, very upset with you. This is like one of the hardest things I've ever done. "I gave CPR to a baby, and this was the hardest thing I've ever done. Everyone pray for me." "Hunch, I'm trying, dude. I'm dying." Oh, okay. What? God, you're introducing all these characters. "Aw, come on now, baby. Don't be shy," Jerry said, the predator lazing on his bed as he waited for his new mate to come out of hiding. "You said you had a surprise for me." I do," Reptile said, his invisibility hiding him and his embarrassing outfit. "But I look silly." "Dear, I love you. Now show me, you silly salamander." He was not disappointed as Reptile dropped his cloak, revealing his perfect French-made outfit. "Shall I clean your skull collection, master?" he managed, with a weak voice. "No, I have another bone for you to polish instead." Plague just looked over his field and the great hick wall that his mutant children were being forced to build. "It's coming along real nice. Soon all we'll have to do is give the blood oath and we will be free," he said as one of his wives sucked him off. She was no ordinary woman. She was a mermaid, and not just a mermaid, a reverse mermaid. She looked up into his eyes as her cold, fishy lips sucked, her dead, lifeless eyes staring into his as she did her wifely duty. "Good girl, but don't mess up or I'll get the clown paint." Just a second. All right, more booze. Give me a second. And while all this went on, Zone Tan scoffed, somehow aware of the perverseness going on as she put the finishing touches on her own creation. "How vanilla," she scoffed as she flipped the switch. "They shall see true perversion. Rise, rise, Cock-Tooloo," she screamed as the portal began to hum, then scream as the horror, the cock of madness came through, ready to bring a foul end to this world. "Well, this is disappointing." The chicken-sized elder one pecked at the ground, clucking as it looked around. "I should have known it meant that kind of cock." Both lovers lounged in bed, resting from their meat-filled tryst. "So, am I gay? I mean, I love the meat," asked Pat, wearing his Fatal Fury hat in bed. "Nah, you were a huge weenie to begin with." The end. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Yeah, that's it, guys. I think we're done here. Like, there's nothing else I could ever do. Oh my God, I need to lie down. It was crazy, you guys. Oh my God, you'd have to be. Speaking of which, hold on. Yo, coconut. Coconut? Oh well, whatever. Anyway. Oh my God. That was some exhausting shit, y'all. I don't know, Sergey X. I don't know, buddy. You know what, Buck? I appreciate it. Thanks, man. That was some good shit. Whew. I'm exhausted. Do you guys mind if we go back to Sonic High School for a palate cleanser? Everyone say a quick prayer for me, though, before we do. But it has going back to Sonic for a palate cleanser sound. Some Sonic. Good job. Okay, first of all, let's all give a round of applause for our dear friend Buck Fitches. Worked really hard on this this thing that they wrote. Good job, good work. I am sufficiently scarred. Whew. Everyone give him a good, fap, clap, clap, clap. Everyone. Thank you. I am now scarred forever. I will not sleep ever. All right, okay. Hold on. I'm gonna pour some more Bacardi into my drink. Oh God. I'm sorry. I'm getting drunk and I need more drunk because that was rough. Hot dogs don't sleep. Do you know what's funny? Oh God. Shit. Hold on. So one time, like a few summers ago, I survived on literally nothing but, sorry, that's like let me just show you this weird part of my chin. It's very attractive. I survived on nothing but hot dogs and Lay's potato chips, just to see if I could. More booze? All right, hold on. And I lost so much weight, and I don't think I've ever felt better. Is that weird? Yeah, and mustard, yes, obviously. Chips and mustard is like my drink, my favorite snack, so. But I lost so much weight, and I was probably terribly unhealthy, but I weirdly never felt better in my life. No, it was college senior year, but close. Favorite drink? Right now I'm really into Baileys and coffee. All right, folks. Oh, shut up, Swagloop. All right, we are back to Sonic High School. Sonic High School, Chapter 9, A Bunch of Babies. Hold on. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Rouge's baby continued to do crying louder than a monster truck. Sonic looked at the baby really close. Hey, Espio, said Sonic, aren't babies supposed to look like you? Rouge's baby doesn't look like you, but looks like someone else I know. Sonic rubbed his chin and thought about who it was that it looked like. Yeah, Espio, Rouge's baby looks like Knuckles, said Vector. Cool, I'm gonna go tell him. Vector ran like a crocodile would to find Knuckles, to tell him what he had said. Rouge was still on the ground looking all tired and sore, and Ms. Lesson was rubbing her butt because it was hurting from the baby that came out when she gave birth to the baby. The dang baby was still crying. Espio looked worried about it. You guys are right. Why does that baby not look like me? Espio went over to Ms. Lesson, who was holding the baby still, and looked at it closer, and still could not see himself in the baby. This does not make sense, said Espio to the baby. Then Vector came out of the door. There was Knuckles, too, huffing and puffing and looking surprised. Knuckles went right to Rouge and looked at the baby. Whoa, he said, making that sound when he saw the baby, Rouge's baby, that looked like him. The baby was still crying. What is wrong with you? Yelled Knuckles at Rouge. Why did you go and have a baby? Now I gotta be your dad. He kept yelling at her with the maddest feelings. Knuckles thought about his horoscope that he read this morning, and it said, your biggest fear will come true, so you better watch out. Now he knew what that meant. It was about Rouge's baby, because Knuckles did not want this responsibility. It is harder than having a dog. Well, Rouge was tired, and Rouge's baby was crying, but Rouge was crying and scared of Knuckles' volcano rage and said, I'm sorry, it was supposed to be Espio's baby. I'm sorry it wasn't because he would not treat me like this. What Rouge said sent Knuckles into the next level of his anger. He turned even redder and looked at Espio. You tried to have a baby with her. Rouge is mine. You are not allowed. Hold on. You tried to have a baby with her. Rouge is mine. You are not allowed. Knuckles charged at Espio, but Vector held him back. Sonic thought, Vector, why would you bring him here if you just know it was going to cause trouble? Espio said, What? I did not know. You are not my boyfriend and girlfriend. Espio seemed scared, but still kind of calm. We are, but it was a secret. Now you have to pay. Knuckles kept trying to get at Espio, but Vector was holding him back. And thank goodness Vector was here, because he was the captain of the football team and he could restrain him like a crocodile seatbelt that could also talk to you. Knuckles could not get to him, so he said, Tomorrow we will fight. Meet me in the hallway at the end of school and prepare for me to beat on your ass, shit man. Knuckles stormed out of the lunchroom and went away. Rouge's baby stopped crying and said, No, come back. Wait, the baby said? I don't even know what voice to use. No, come back. You don't have to fight Espio. I don't know, fuck it. But it was too late, because Knuckles was so gone by then. Rouge patted her baby on the head and said, You should go to sleep and get your rest, baby. You are probably tired. So Rouge's baby went to sleep and was finally quiet. Espio tried his best to look like a big tough guy and not panic, but he was secretly scared and went back to doing what he was doing before this baby thing happened. So did Sonic, too. The rest of school and getting home from school happened. Sonic did not see Tails or Knuckles for any part of it. Tails was still mad at Sonic. Sonic took out his Sonic phone on his way home and called his girlfriend Amy. "Hey, Amy, so did you decide if you wanted sex?" said Sonic. "You know," said Amy, "Sonic, I am just too stressed out and nervous by everything going on at high school. Things are so crazy." "Damn," said Sonic, and hung up the phone and finished getting home. Sonic thought he would never be true boyfriend and girlfriend with Amy at this rate. It was almost like she had a second boyfriend that Sonic did not know about, and that was why Amy did not want sex from Sonic. Sonic had dinner and then thought about his friends. Espio and Knuckles were both his friends, but they were intending to fight. What could Sonic do? Sonic figured that they are still both his friend, but he would go visit Espio because he was not the one who said to fight, and because Knuckles had spikes on his hands, and that would make it hard to beat him in a fight. Sonic went to Espio's house. "Ding dong," said Espio's doorbell, and Sonic waited at the door. Espio showed up at the door and opened it. "Hey, Sonic, thanks for coming," said Espio to Sonic. "You gotta help me prepare for this fight. We can start by learning how to get rid of puncture wounds. I was trying not to look nervous to Knuckles, but actually I was. Also, did you hear about Charmy Bee?" "Nope, I did not." "Knuckles kidnapped him and is threatening to hurt him if I don't show up to fight him tomorrow. So I have to, especially now." Ursula! Wow! I don't expect that kind of language from you. I'm impressed. That's crazy. Sorry, I just had to acknowledge. That's funny. All right. Sorry. Where I was. Cuckles. Screaming. Knuckles kidnapped. So I have to, especially now. And because the hives. Okay. I better take the Benadryl then. Thank you for the heads up. For those of you who don't know, just make out with Ursula. If only. But I belong to Taru, darling. Alright, I'm gonna take my Benadryl here in a minute. Where am I? Oh, God. Sorry, I just completely dropped the phone. Sorry. God. Oh, so I have to especially now because the gods will crush my soul even if Charmy Bee is an annoying idiot loser, said Espio, then back to Sonic. Oh no, that's really bad, said Sonic. Sonic knew this now had to happen because his morals were probably the best ever. He did not know Knuckles would stoop to such a mean thing. Sonic and Espio then walked to Espio's house and up the stairs to Espio's bedroom. Our other friend is here too, said Espio. Just as he was opening the door to his bedroom, Espio finished opening the door, and there was Tails, who was standing in Espio's room. The moment Tails saw Sonic, his face turned into a salad of anger, the devil, and lava. End of chapter 9. Beautiful. Beautiful. Can I mix Benadryl and alcohol? Yeah, it's not a big deal. It's fine. All right, let's see. Let's see what's up next. Oh, there's an author's note. Oh, wow. Okay, let me just read the author's note, okay? Author's note, I was going to make this the last chapter, but everyone just loves it, and my brain keeps exploding with new ideas. So I'm going to continue Sonic High School for some longer time and make more chapters. Yeah, I know, right? Wow, I'm shocked. I guess maybe he's not a troll. He's probably a troll. Joel, if your phone starts sucking, you can watch me on your fucking computer if you want. How long have I been doing this? An hour and a half? Oh my god. Everyone here is a goddamn troll. Alright, so one more. Alright. How about we do... Alright, folks, the next fic we have... Love is not diamond, sell the future for more time on the cock, part 2 of the gun, sense of wrong confederation. So this is part 2 of this gun saga. Haunch Ponch. I think it is, but I'm not sure. Yeah, everyone stop flamming. See you later, preps. Sorry, let me regain my strength. I have to sustain myself. Alright. Oh, it doesn't work? Oh. Boo. Looks like some of the authors are in-house. So, for those of you unaware, I read the first act. Sorry, Joel. I read the first act on Tuesday, was it? And so, this is part 2. Jeez, Joel. We love you, Joel. Mwah. Alright, hold on. Alright. Oh, I had a Greek salad. It's so good. Oh my god. Okay. Gun of the Patriot. It's true. Alright. Okay. Love is not diamond, sell the future for more time on the cock. Part 2 of the gun, sense of wrong confederation. Part 2. Written by Akuta Bar, Ursula Cat, Pinky the Eerie, Minota Joestar, and maybe some people who don't have a Tumblr. Oh, and Rose Shrimp. So, here we go. Yeah. The faint waves crash onto the 2 figures lying face down on the beach. Oh, and Buck Fitches. Sorry. One reached out to feel around for his Punisher hat, covered in sand. He wakes to see his friend face down, quiet, breathless. Vida! Are you okay? He cried out. Excuse me. Liam gasped. A Liam gasp. How did we get here, Matt? I don't know, said Matt. The last thing I remember was Pat and Wooly in bed, and then nothing. The last thing I remember was wanting to strangle Shigeru Miyamoto, but what you said was more relevant, Liam said, nodding. Dude, fuck if I know, Matt said, then looked around to check his surroundings. However, he saw nothing in the distance except for the prison of water covering any immediate hope of escape. He looked around at Liam and muttered quietly, They fucked up, didn't they? Well, they fucked up something, that's for sure. Laughter is heard suddenly in the distance. Welcome, my friends, to my island. It was Takahata. Again, shouting from the inside of a giant mech. Matt swore under his breath. This narration would include the words he said, but they are simply too ancient and obscene to even be transcribed. Then he spoke loud enough for Takahata to hear, in English this time. Takahata, you bastard! What did you do to Pat and Wooly? I have them, you crook, a loud voice said suddenly. Then the nearby water started to rise, and out of there from it rose another mech, just as big as Takahata's. It is I, Tour Guide Nixon. I sold them to Tour Guide Nixon, Taka exclaimed. Hanging from Nixon's mech in a dirty little cage were the saltiest of best friends. Literally, because they were covered in salt water, I guess. Brudda, dem machina are bad news, said another mysterious voice. Bah, God, no, Wooly sobbed from the cage. Not Grandmaster Waka. Waka walked up to Matt and Liam and pointed at Tour Guide Nixon's mech, specifically Pat's cage. Brothers, we gotta fee your friend, not that other guy, though. He belongs here. I'm not an all bed, though, Wooly shouted, angrily. Waka flicked Wooly off before turning to Matt. You guys hate mechs too, right? Matt looked down at the floor and gathered his strength. Yes, he managed to spit out, but a voice cried out from within Matt's soul. No, I love mechs, it cried in Hitomi J. Cup's voice. Be true to yourself. Oh my God. Mech-based racism. The Grand Wizard looked at Matt, puzzled. Bruh, you okay? You look kinda down, he said. Liam glanced over at Matt, surprised by what appeared to be a porn star shouting from his chest. But Waka didn't seem to react to Hitomi's voice, so Liam wisely chose not to say anything. Deep inside the J-cups of Hitomi, little Matt heard a faint sentence. Why, after all this time... Little Matt could not make out the entire sentence, but it sounded familiar, nostalgic even. Liam turned away from Matt, who was drooling gently, and back to Waka. You're weird and racist, and you look like a person crammed in a human suit, but if you have a plan to save Pat at least, we need to hear it. But before Waka could say anything back, he took his blitzball and threw it past Liam's head, smashing into Pat's cage and breaking it open. Pat began to fall, his tiny arms flailing as he splashes into the salty sea. Before Pat belly flopped hard onto the surface of the water like a sat ginger starfish, he flicked off Minato Joestar for fucking up the tenses again. That's funny. Tour guide Nixon made a weird Nixon sound and began to turn his mech away from the island, walking back into the deep jowls of the ocean from whence he came. Probably. Wooly rather understandably freaked out and began to yell frantically, Hey guys, I'm probably gonna drown if you don't do something. Matt, conscious again, shrugged. I'm okay with this. But Takahata leapt into motion. His mech crunched into the sand and then broke through the waves. You can't drown. If you drown, I can't get you back for that clothesline. Also, the waves from Taka's mech washed over Pat, which was super upsetting for him. The iron claws of Takahata's mech cut through the wooden cage with ease, and Wooly fell from the cage into the sand. Thanks, said Wooly, dusting himself off and holding out an arm to shake Takahata's mecha hand. After he shook Takahata's hand, Wooly then ran over to Waka and punched him. That's for not saving me, asshole! He screamed. Waka was killed instantly, and pretty much nobody noticed. Oh, Hitomi, you're the real queen of vagina, Matt said, looking into the horizon over Waka's already decaying corpse. And Liam looked at him like, what? But then also like, no, never mind, that's normal. Pat looked at Matt and thought to himself, what the heck is going on? Matt seemed to actually take notice of Liam's weird glances this time. But it still took a moment to recognize that he had indeed spoken out loud. Oh, look, young Lima Bean, sometimes when a man loves a porn star very much, but Matt was able to finish that sentence since Pat interrupted him. Pat stumbled out of the water. You're wet, Liam remarked cheerfully, and naked still. When nobody was paying attention to Waka at all, because they were fixated on Pat's penis, a towering, dark figure arose from the beach, the wood, the ground. I told him, brudda. He breathed deeply, and dread clung to the air like fog in a summer's morning. His journey had been long and his path far, but he wasn't about to let them win. Not after Chapu. With blessings to Yevon, he picked up his blitzball and turned to the north, letting out a low, husky whistle, glorious quaff rustling in the wind, and just as if summoned through the ethers of a summoner Shadowfax, arrived, and they rode into the sunrise to save Middle-earth and set right this Albed plot, avenge Boromir, and make out with Lulu like a cool guy. Onwards, brudda, with the greatest of haste, we ride for Rivendell to warn the elves of plot to corrupt the pure teachings of Yevon with giant machina, ya? Waka's body continued to decompose, and it seemed to convert to static and disappear. As if an act of an angry god had erased him from existence itself, his clothes remained. And as everyone actually took notice of Waka's death for the first time, Liam slowly picked up Waka's clothes and handed them to Pat. They fit poorly, but thanks to the excellent character design of Tetsuya Nomura, they were enough belts to tighten them into place. Wooly chuckled for a moment. Now one racist has the clothes of another, I guess. As the Zaibatsu began to celebrate that they were all okay, an explosion caught all of them off guard, and they looked up to see Takahata's mech engulfed in flames as it crashed to the ground. "Takahata!" screamed Matt. "Oh, wait, I hate that guy," Matt said, stopping. "Oh, but he owes me money, I guess," he added, and lurched back into motion. After a moment, Takahata jumped from the top of the mech, seemingly unharmed. He landed on the ground in one of those cool anime landing poses. And the mech exploded behind him. Matt had reached him at that point, and Takahata turned away from him. "I don't need your help, Zaibatsu trash." Matt looked past Taka. "Oh, the mech. Also, are you okay, I guess?" And then Takahata produced a scouter from his tank top and began to laugh maniacally. "You fools! They heard everything, and they will come for your Dragon Balls." Liam came to a stop beside Matt and quickly responded to Takahata. "But, we don't have any Dragon Balls. We never had any Dragon Balls." Wooly's face reddened. Yeah, no Dragon Balls," he said, adjusting some huge lumps in his shirt. "You might need their help, Taka, for now I have finally found you," a booming voice screamed. They all looked up to see Susan Wosiki? Is that correct? Is that correct? Wosiki? I don't know. Okay. With her prized mech. Content ID. "Your balls are mine." Takahata whipped around to face the new challenger. "Not my balls. Not Susan Wosiki, American technology executive and the CEO of YouTube. Number 46 on Forbes' list of America's richest self-made women," Liam exclaimed expositorially. "The greatest enemy," said Pat, who needed more lines. Hearing that, Susan Wochiki, whatever, drew a shit-eating grin in her face, standing on top of the remains of a car, crushed by the weight of the mecha. You could say it was an enemy stand. Susan Wochiki began to fire up her ultimate weapon, the copyright nuclear strike. But before she could let it loose on our heroes, Wooly grabbed the entire Zaibatsu, as well as Takahata, and pulled them into a woolly hole which had materialized behind him. "Sorry, Susan, but we need a training arc first." "Wooly, I didn't know you had those powers," Taka exclaimed as they fell. Wooly grinned. "Dude, I didn't know I did." "He stole them from Bleach," said Pat, showing how much of a closet fan he is. He then proceeded to explain the rules of the Dungai. Suddenly Susan ripped through the wall of the woolly hole. "Bleach? That's copyrighted. I know this is fan fiction, but fair use is dead. Prepare to watch Channel Awesome in hell." Wooly screamed as Susan violated his hole. With a flash of light, the dank surroundings of the hole vanished. They fell out of the hole and were amazed at what they saw. Tra'at? This means the end in all bed. And that's it. Whew. Wow. That was crazy. That was... Whew. I am exhausted. Wow, that was nuts. That was good. That was really good. You guys should oh my god, in one sitting? You bet it, Grizzled. Oh my god. That was crazy, you guys. Oh. Who am I? Where are we? Needs more Jeb Bush, right? Yeah, Ursula, that was really good. I have to say that was really cool. That was really good. I have to tell you guys, my whole goal with this is to read bad fan fiction, but that was a nice little breather, actually. I mean, it was weird. It was super fucking weird, but that was actually really well written. So claps and faps all around. I just drank some of my own hair. Nice. Oh, yeah, Buck, and that thing, whatever you did when you were drunk and high, that was some weird shit, but I support your choices. Yeah. So I don't know, guys, what do you think? Are you tired? You ready to go to bed? Or would you like another story? Let me see how Sonic. Because I know a lot of people are tired and I don't want to. Oh shit, did I just. Oh, okay. The next Sonic chapter is actually probably the longest one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I need to sleep. It's late here. Yeah, let's call it a night, y'all. Oh my god, I'm exhausted. Yeah, I think it is bedtime. Thank you for coming to the Bedtime Stories stream. I hope you all enjoyed yourself as much as I did, possibly more. Yeah, no, thank you guys. Thanks to the claps and faps to the author. I am now a hot dog. This is canon. It is now canonical lore. And everyone, I just like to say a little thing that I like to say. Some people think it's lame. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But something I like to say to people, someone used to say to me, if something were to happen between now and the next time I see you, I just want you to know I love you and I'm proud of you. I think we all need to hear that sometimes. So, I'm drunk, and I hope you all have a wonderful night. Bye, guys. Good night.